Hello, and welcome to my series synopsis of Kamen Rider Gaim. Oh, wait, this isn't right. Hey, let me help you over there. Hi, isn't that better? So, from now on I'm going to be doing these videos face to face. So, here I am in all my red hooded glory. So, the topic of today is Kamen Rider Gaim, which is the 15th Heisei era series, which is started back in 2000 when Kuga revived the franchise. So, this is part of the Neo Heisei era, which was adapted by Toei in order to see if Kamen Rider can last a few more years. Kamen Rider Gaim is written by Urobuchi Gen, who is responsible for writing animes like Psycho Pass, Blast Writer, and Madoka Magica. Personally, I really like Gaim. It's probably now one of my favorite writers, even though it hasn't been going on for. It's been only going on for 3 months. It hasn't even hit its halfway point. It's really amazing me right now in its ability of storytelling and how different it is compared to the past few Kamen Riders, which have done a 2-episode arc to Monster of the Week rather than just letting the plot resolve itself when it needs to be. This takes inspiration from other Kamen Rider series, and we have a lot of riders this season rather than just 2 or 3 or 4. We have so far 10 riders. To go into the riders, we have first Kamen Rider Gaim, which is Kota Kazuraba. He's our de facto protagonist. He's kind of airheaded, not as smart as one would seem. He works 2 part-time jobs to support his sister after their parents died, and he was a former part of this Team Gaim, which is a beat rider team which does dancing, and they fight invest battles with other dance teams, also known as beat riders, and they ascend the ranks essentially and get more stages and more publicity. Yeah, and he's represented by this orange lock seed. Yeah, the gimmick of this year are lock seeds. They open and close. They work with the Sengoku driver over here. I have Baron's faceplate in, who we'll talk about in a second. You put the lock seed into the belt, you cut open the fruit, transforms, fruit falls on head, equals samurai, fruit samurai, rather than fruit ninja. He also has the pineapple and strawberry lock seed. He's probably one of my new favorite Kamen Rider protagonists. I know I liked Wizard and Double a lot, and he's probably one of my new favorites considering how relatable he is to me as someone who was working 2 part-time jobs. And he's very responsible. He transforms a lot in the 2nd episode with this goofy smile on his face. Next, we're going into Kamen Rider Baron. Baron is the, I guess, anti-hero and secondary rider. He transformed episode 3, which is probably one of the earliest a secondary rider has transformed, besides in Ryuki, where he transformed first before Ryuki. That's a different episode. Yeah, he's represented by the banana and the mango so far. He has a knight theme rather than Gaim's samurai theme. He's all into social Darwinism and strength before anything else, and he hates the mean bad people, Yggdrasil, for essentially running his dad out of business and possibly putting them into poverty. He's my favorite character as in development because he's really showing great amount of morals right now, and he's becoming less of a banana dick. Yeah, I went there. Valid jokes. I really hope he gets a final form in this series because they've only been talking about Gaim's final form, and I really want him to be it. So next is Michi, Mitsuzane Kuroshima, who is another secondary rider on Team Gaim, the Beat Rider team. And he is Kamen Rider Ryugen. He's the great rider and is themed off a Chinese warrior. Most of his role in the beginning is just Booker, catch, essentially. He just throws a lot of lock seeds at Kota and tells him to use it a lot. But he's much more than that, actually. He's a very deceiving and cunning character. He's the most intelligent so far. He's only a high schooler compared to Koda being around the age of Koda and Kaito, Gaim and Baron being the age of 20. So he's a high schooler, and he's very smart, and he often tries to wrap around other characters around his finger. Though he does seem to have affections for one of the female supporting cast, Mai, who does not transform, but she's a main player, as there is a sort of cosmic double of her going around telling the common riders or armored riders in that season to not transform because it's dangerous and fate and all that stuff and destiny. Oh boy, destiny. Yep, this is a Urobuchi work, alright. Next is the melon rider Takutora Kurishima. Yeah, O's fans are going to get a big joke out of Takatora because of Takatora Bata. But he's the melon rider. He was the strongest rider in the series so far until he got the upgrade into Shin Zangetsu. Oh, he was originally called Zangetsu for all your Bleach fans. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's the melon rider. He had a shield, and now he has a bow and arrow, and he's based off a juicer. He cares a lot for his brother, mostly to have him become the heir of Yggdrasil, the main baddies I was talking about. He's a big dick, and he doesn't like the beat riders at all, calling them street trash. Yeah, very Aladdin-esque, if you ask me. So he's an important character, very important character. He's been trouncing everyone. Next are the Nutter Butters, Ryoji Hase and Junichi Hideyasu. Mostly played off for laughs, these two have amazing chemistry in the show. They're also the leader of their own beat rider team, shockingly not named after their rider's name, Kurokage and Gridon, rather Raid Wild and Invito, respectively. Sorry, I can never get that word. Yeah, but they're mostly played off for comic relief. They're not based off fruits, which inherently make them less powerful because of their lock seed rank. Yeah, there's a ranking for all of them. They're pretty good characters, as they obviously they're each other's foils. Ryuji is strong, hot-headed, but not very smart, and Hideyasu is cold, calm, collected, but not very strong, considering his weapon has literally zero range, as it's just a mallet, because he's an acorn. Yeah. And next is Kamen Rider Bravo, or Pierre Alphonse Loren, a former soldier who went to France, training to be a soldier or parachute trooper or something along those lines. I can't really remember. Remember, the show was unscripted. And he goes around and he's Kamen Rider Bravo, Roman Gladiator Fiend, Mr. Dangerous. Everyone loves him. I hate him. Let's get him killed. Yeah, he gets a lot of insane bullshit power-ups for no good reason. And he's just statistically what Toei's site says he's the strongest rider because he has the best punching power and kicking power, which really does not mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so the plot is simple. You have teens, young men and women who dance away their oppression from Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil through Sid sells the kids lock seeds in order to have interdimensional Pokemon battles called Invest Battles, and they play with these stuff. And then they start distributing Sengoku drivers, which are these things. After that, they start having wars and having their own Sengoku-like feud with team-ups and betrayals and all that really fun stuff. And then it gets serious as there's an interdimensional forest. I keep on saying interdimensional. There's a lot of dimensions in this. Actually, just two. But there's a lot of stuff that has to do with dimensions. And it's called Helheim, where lock seeds grow on trees. And those with Sengoku drivers can pick it up and, oh, look, now it's a banana. Yeah. Even though this is a Neo-Heisei era, it does bring back a lot of the old elements, but it does set itself apart, and it sometimes can be very comedic and also sometimes very serious. I personally relate to it as someone who, growing up, responsibilities and casting off your youth in a world that is trying to force you into becoming an adult is very, very relatable for someone my age. I don't know how old you guys are. all 5 of you. But I really hope that you pick up the show and see what's going on. Well, thanks a lot. I really hope you check it out. Well, bye for now.